all the lovely sounds of being together in the same room and welcoming our folks on Zoom and Facebook Live this Christmas Eve of 2022. Oh, come all ye faithful, we who gather here together for the holy days, the holidays of winter, for the wonder of our first Christmas Eve together since 2019. Let's take a breath. Welcome, you faithful ones gathering with us virtually through the wonder of the technologies that have held us in connection since March of 2020. Doesn't that seem so very long ago? This evening we will consider together what the world might be like, what we might be like at the threshold of this new world before us, should we choose something like a star to stay our minds on. What could change? What could come to pass in this broken world, in our communities, in our families, in ourselves, if only we might fix our eyes on the possibilities before us? Emanating from our hearts, from our minds, and from our communities as we welcome one another in this new age. One thing sure. Whomever you are, wherever you are, however you are this evening, we bid you welcome here as you are. Welcome all ye seekers of light. May you find it brighter here. Welcome all ye makers of peace and warriors of justice. May you gather courage here. Welcome all ye who weep, carrying burdens too heavy to bear alone. May you find some comfort here. Welcome all ye who rejoice in songs of gladness. May they ring more gladly for you here. Welcome all ye searchers for truth. May it be revealed more clearly here. Welcome all ye sojourners in hope. May you feel it rise eternal here. For this night we cherish the power of love, given in a baby born under a star, just as you were, just as you are. In Unitarian Universalism, we cherish the lighting of a chalice, a tradition that has been handed down to us through the ages and now ours to hold high. As we light this chalice, we will sing together. We kindled this flame for life born anew on earth and in our hearts, that peace may come the whole world round in this season of light. Let us choose something like a star. And yes, we just invited you to join your voices with the words that are in our order of service, with the lights out. Can we bring the lights up just a little bit so folks can see? Alex, where are you? It's time. It's almost time for us to do Deck the Halls with you, to listen to you play. But first we will say together our covenant. In the light of love, let us renew our covenant as we sing together. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de esta congregación y el servicio su fe principal. Esta es nuestra gran promesa. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad, a través del amor y ayudarnos mutuamente. Tonight's service we built around this poem from the beloved Unitarian Universalist poet Robert Frost. Choose something like a star. O star, the fairest one in sight, we grant your loftiness the right to some obscurity of cloud. It will not do to say at night, since dark is what brings out your light. Some mystery becomes the proud, but to be wholly taciturn in your reserve is not allowed. Say something we can learn by heart, and when alone repeat. Say something, and it says, I burn. But say with what degree of heat. Talk Fahrenheit, talk centigrade. Use language we can comprehend. Tell us what elements you blend. It gives us strangely little aid, but does tell us something in the end. And steadfast as Keats' eremite, not even stooping from its sphere, it asks a little of us here. It asks of us a certain height. So when at times the mob is swayed to carry praise or blame too far, may we choose something like a star to stay our minds on and be stayed. Let us rise in body and in spirit to sing together, It Came Upon Midnight.
following is a reading from the Gospel of Luke. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child.
And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were sore afraid.
And the angel said to them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was an angel. There was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men.
And it came to pass, as the angels were gone away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, Let us now go even unto Bethlehem, and see this thing which is come to pass, which the Lord hath made known unto us. And they came with haste, and found Mary and Joseph, and the babe lying in a manger. And when they had seen it, they made known abroad that which was told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart.
We will ask you to remain seated as we sing this meditative hymn, O Come Upon Emmanuel. The choir may rise.
We will be reading from the Gospel according to Matthew 2, 1 through 11.
In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star and its rising, and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it has been written by the prophet."
Then Herod sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set out. And there ahead of them went the star that they had seen as it had its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the child with Mary, his mother, they knelt down and paid him homage with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And now in Spanish, el Evangelio según Mateo, número 2 del 1 al 11.
Cuando Jesús nació en Belén, en tiempos de Herodes, vinieron del oriente a Jerusalén unos sabios y preguntaron, ¿dónde se encuentra el niño que ha nacido rey de los judíos? Porque hemos visto su estrella en el oriente y venimos a adorarla. Al oír esto, el rey Herodes se turbó y preguntó dónde habría de nacer el Cristo. Ellos respondieron, en Belén de Judea, porque así está escrito por el profeta.
Entonces Herodes envió a los sabios y escribió lo siguiente: "Ved a buscar con diligencia el paradero del niño, y cuando le halléis, hacedmelo saber para que yo también vaya y adore". Habiendo oído el rey, se fueron, y la estrella que habían visto en el oriente y que iba delante de ellos, se detuvo allí donde estaba el niño. Al contemplar la estrella se regocijaron con mucha alegría, y al ver al niño con su madre María, se arrodillaron, le adoraron y regalaron oro, incienso y mirra.
Llevando en su compañía
They told me that when Jesus was born, a star appeared in the heavens above the place where the young child lay. So says the poet Margaret Gooding. When I was very young, she continues, I had no trouble believing in wondrous things. I believed in the star. It was a wonderful miracle, part of a long ago story foretelling an uncommon life. They told me a supernova appeared in the heavens and its dying burst of fire made that star. When I was older and believed in science and reason, I believed the story of the star was explained. But I found that I was unwilling to give up the star, a fitting symbol for the birth of one whose uncommon life has been long remembered and revered. The star explained became the star understood. For Jesus, for Buddha, for Zarathustra, why not a star? Why not a star? Some bright star shines somewhere in the heavens each time a child is born. Who knows what it may foretell? Who knows what uncommon life may yet unfold if we but give it a chance? This morning I sat for a long time in the unfamiliar cold, with a Netflix fireplace on the screen in my living room, with a space heater on to approximate the feeling of being near the warmth of a hearth. Come on, don't tell me you don't do that too. And I contemplated the meaning of Margaret Gooding's words, these words I've loved so long. I pondered how their meaning has shifted over the years, along with the meaning of Christmas in my own life, in our lives, in the life of the world. Sometimes keeping pace with how we ourselves have changed and are changing, and how the world has changed and is changing, and how we and the world still so deeply need to change, and how we find ourselves on the threshold now of a new era, marked so profoundly for us, gathered here in a room and in Zoom, together and in person and by technology for Christmas Eve for the first time since the before times in 2019. And how we thought then that the world was desperately unsettled, feeling so much that we cherished under threat. In some ways, it feels a little quaint to think of that now, after all we have been through since. Which we cannot forget for even a moment, even this precious moment, together again, finding that on short notice we needed to mask up again to keep one another safe. But still, after all that, and in the midst of all this, here we are. Still together, still moving forward, still believing a better world is possible, still determined to make it so, still choosing something like a star, as Frost bade us do. Still choosing something like a star to stay our minds on in such tumultuous and trembling times as these. It was into just such a time that the uncommon life of Jesus of Nazareth was born under a star, a world suffering under the weight of empire, desperate for hope, for justice, for a fierce and uncompromising kind of love, a world like ours. It was into this world like ours that hope was born again under a star that night. And why not a star? Gooding asks. Doesn't some star shine somewhere each child each time a child is born, each time the possibility of transformation is born again in us and through us. For to be sure, that child, Jesus, laid in a manger so long ago, grew up to proclaim that we too can make miracles of our lives and of this world, if only we would. The star understood. If only when our own world cries out for a new life, a new love, if only we, given the choice to keep on repeating history, or choose to make a new way, choose something like a star to stay our minds on and be still. Who knows what that star might foretell? Who knows what uncommon life may yet unfold? If we would but give it a chance, beginning in our own hearts. May it be so.
Now, out of the night, new as the dawn, into the light, this child, innocent child, soft as a fawn, this child is born. One small heart, one pair of eyes, one work of art, here in my arms. Here he lies, trusting and warm. This child is born. One small heart, one pair of eyes, one work of art, here in my arms. Here he lies, trusting and warm. Blessed this morn. A child is born.
Each year at River of Grass, 100% of our Christmas Eve offering is dedicated to sustaining and strengthening benevolent works in our community, according to our Unitarian Universalist principles and values. In our ongoing work of justice here in Florida, this evening's offering will be shared between the Pantry of Broward, which serves seniors living on low fixed incomes and grandparents raising grandchildren. The Pantry of Broward delivers 55-pound bags of food to close to 600 recipients, helps find affordable housing, and helps with custody issues and support of grandchildren. The other half of tonight's offering will go to our Unitarian Universalist Service Committee that is on the ground working with the people of Ukraine through their UUSC Relief Fund. Will the ushers come forward, please? gifts with grateful hearts, that we may serve better in this world and serve to better this world and her people. Our next piece from Maya Angelou tonight was to be brought to us in the voice of our beloved Vernon Allen, who could not be with us tonight due to changes in the weather and the risk factors that we face. But thanks to the wonders of technology, we have Vernon's voice with us, and we know that Vernon is with us on Zoom, so y'all wave over here. Let Vernon and all of our Zoom beloveds know that we have them in our hearts tonight. Invite you to get comfortable in your chairs and settle yourselves, close your eyes or lower your gaze, and let this voice with these words come into your heart.
Amazing Peace by Maya Angelou. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Flood waters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow, to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. We question ourselves, what have we done to so affront nature? We worry, God, are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs into silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Short waters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our age as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breathing in dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now, louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for, not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit and comfort of purposes, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptists and Buddhists, Methodists and Muslim, say, come peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a holding of age time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Christ. Into the great religions of the world, we jubilate the precious advent of Christ. We shout with glorious tongues the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to create the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud, peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud, peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul.
Will the ushers please begin to distribute our candles for this evening? As they do so, we will do a reading here, and you have a part in this. Your part is, and so we light our candles. Say that with me. And so we light our candles. So you'll take them from the basket, but don't turn them on just yet. Who can say what passes through our hearts on Christmas Eve? Strange thoughts, undefinable emotions, and sudden tears. All these and more come without reason. And so we light our candles. Christmas Eve is a proper time to wish upon a star. It is a time to remember the miracle of the dawn. It is a time of wonder, of thankfulness that life is still being created anew out of darkness. It is a time of awakening to beauty that still lives amidst the strife of a war-torn world. And so we light our candles. Christmas Eve is a time of heartbreak, when those who are not with us are most missed. It is a time of memory, when past happiness and love fills our hearts, and we sigh for the good that was, and for the good that might have been. And so we light our candles. Christmas Eve is a time of blessing, when hearts are open to the gifts of the season. And so we light our candles. Candles of joy, wherein sadness is eased. Candles of hope, to shine where despair hangs heavy with tears. Candles of courage to lighten our fears. Candles of peace to calm the tempest of the years. Candles of love to help carry the burden of our cares. Candles to inflame the heart with grace and radiance. Candles to lift the spirit with hope born anew. For this is Christmas Eve. And so we light our candles. Here in this room, and y'all with us online, we've come to a beloved time we have longed for these past 3 years, our Christmas Eve candle lighting. We can still do this with our little votives with battery-operated flames. Just as we would in the before times, when we would take a flame and then pass it to our neighbor, and pass it to our neighbor, and pass it to our neighbor. We'll do the same here. So your neighbor will light theirs, and then they will turn to you, and you will light yours until this room is lit with the light of our hearts and the light of our little votive candles. As we do this, we will also sing Silent Night. We will be singing in English, and in Spanish, and in German. And before we're through, we will bring the lights down so the glow of the candles is on our faces. And we will finally return to the first verse once again. And this time sing it together with just our voices. On this silent night, this holy night. the angels is still, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and the princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. The words of Howard Thurman. The work of Christmas begins to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among people, to make music in the heart. We release this chalice gratefully from its service this evening, but never, never do we extinguish the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, and the gentleness of love that goes with us. On this night, love was born again under a star. Go in peace. Go making peace. Go being peace. Until we meet again. Bye.